Yo, dope. What it dope? It's your boy, Bag nigga. Look, man. This was some crazy news that came out today about Matthew Sluka basically resigning from the UNLV Rebels starting quarterback position. This was a very important topic that I think that everybody that has something to do with athletics, that has something to do with being maybe an entrepreneur, influencer, whatever you know what I'm saying, want to do with your name, image, and likeness. I think this is a very important, you know what I'm saying, case that you need to go ahead and study and actually look at and make sure that this doesn't happen to you and what we can learn from it. And this is not a race thing. First of all, I want to get that out the way from the get-go because this is a white quarterback. Usually, you know what I'm saying, to be honest, some of these things, majority of the time, happen to black people. Like we just getting the short end of the stick. So, you know what I'm saying, with this new era of college football, he definitely went about his business the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out Rashad McCants because I knew about this topic, but it is what it is. They didn't cover it today. Cause I think they pre-record and then they drop, and this came out in the middle of today, so they didn't cover it today. But Gil's Arena did, and we definitely got the news. It's also news that I think the running back as well did the same thing with UNLV. And they haven't paid him, and he's not going to play neither. So that's how you know that it's not a lie, because in this sense of it being a verbal agreement, you're leaving it to he say, she say when something goes wrong. Now, if it was just him, I guarantee you people's first thoughts would have been like, you know what I'm saying, he's lying compared to the actual program. You feel what I'm saying? Because he coming from Holy Cross. You dig? He hasn't been like a high profile player in college football. You wouldn't have thought that. Why UNLV need to pay him $100,000 that comes with a program? Like, he's at Holy Cross, so he can't be that much of a player that, you know what I'm saying, we would pay for him to come here. But let's see. Sluka NIL representative Marcus Cromartie of Equity Sports told ESPN that Sluka is leaving the program after he was verbally promised a minimum of $100,000 from the UNLV coach and only received $3,000. To be honest, if this from the head coach, that makes it even worse. It's not from the athletic director, or it's like he blatantly, and it's a black coach at that. They have a black head coach. I watched them play. Kansas. I'm gonna show y'all the clips of when he played Kansas. And it was crazy because I'm telling you, if the roles were reversed, it would have, like, black people would be more in the uproar, guarantee you. But regardless, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong business practice on his end, on Sluka end, and his family, and it's wrong for as the head coach of a football team. You send their line to your player just to get him to come to your team. You feel what I'm saying? If you got a lie to sell your program is not what you think it is. His father, Bob Sluka, told ESPN they had a verbal agreement with UNLV offensive coordinator Brennan Marion, that's bad too, for what they believe was a reasonable fair number, even if it was much less than that what Power 4 programs offered. But payments were repeatedly delayed and no effort was made to formalize a contract with their collective for that amount. Yeah, you're going to get less than probably another player because of where he's coming from. Is he a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star? You feel what I'm saying? Like, he might have been, you know what I'm saying, what was left of actually what they actually wanted. So you can't just, of course you're going to get the low end. You know what I'm saying? $100,000 though, to play at a program when just 2 years ago athletes was getting nothing, is just crazy. Now, the bad business practice is that NIL deals usually don't come from the program itself. The NIL was put was put in forth for college players who had a name, for college players who, you know what I'm saying, had a fan base. You dig what I'm saying? The Reggie Bushes, the Cam Newtons, the Johnny Manziel. Can you believe what Johnny Manziel would have made in NIL? How big Johnny football was back in the day? We don't even fucking know who Matthew Sluka is for him to be. Why would you even your light bulb ain't go off to be like, hold up. At some point, like, nigga, I'm not Reggie Bush. I'm not none of these high profile college players. I haven't played for a high profile program that have any type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, NIL was made for brands outside of the NCAA, outside of your college program. If they wanted to, you know what I'm saying, send you a deal for their products, or for you to be, you know what I'm saying, a spokesperson, or they want you in a commercial, things like that. Your name, image, likeness. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. That was separate from NCAA. That was separate from the program. You know what I'm saying? Because you did have some college players that were bigger than their program. Reggie Bush was bigger than USC. We went, like, Reggie Bush was him. From the plays he made on the field, everything he did off the field, the Kardashian shit, a whole bunch of shit, bro. This is before social media was really popping for real. It actually expanded once Johnny Manziel got here, because social media was then inserted. Then he started getting all the celebrities that was fucking with him. That's what made his shit even more than what Reggie Bush's and everybody else's was. So Johnny Manziel would have benefited from an NIL deal more than probably any college player that ever played. But Matthew Sluka, we don't even know who you is until this shit actually came out. I know who you is because I watched the football games. I think y'all came on a Thursday before NFL started. Y'all was the week before the NFL started. Y'all played Kansas. I think it was on either Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was a Thursday though. And you did your thing, bruh. I'm not gonna lie. You did your thing, and they was running the shit out you, bro. Like, it was like you was the only one out there, like, cause y'all was struggling. Y'all wasn't really passing the ball like that, but there was a lot of quarterback runs, and you was doing your thing, bro. But you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say you like NFL material. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, but you deciding not to play and to give up your, you know what I'm saying, your year of eligibility, but your year to play, and then come back next year because you have another year of eligibility because it's under it's under 4 or 5 games. It's smart. As if you're a UNLV fan, you can't really get mad at him because he was promised something, even though the business was done wrong and it wasn't in writing. You still can't get mad at him for doing what he has to do, because he made a mistake as a young man, you know what I'm saying, still in college, things of that nature. You feel what I'm saying? Like this, we are in a new era of college football where they have to now, if you're in high school and you know you are a top 100 player in high school and you can potentially be a 4-star or 5-star college athlete, you need to start learning the business from the jump. You need to start carrying yourself like a business. Your social media page, your Instagram, your YouTube, your highlights, everything need to be considered around my name, image, and likeness. Still be professional on the field, still be professional in the building, on campus, still be professional like you would, but I still run myself as a business. Like, I still want to sell myself to other brands because I want to be able to make some income off my name, image, and likeness, just like y'all gonna make some income off my name, image, and likeness from this school. You feel what I'm saying? And we're gonna look at some highlights of Matthew versus Kansas, and then we're gonna go jump into Gil's Arena as well, because it was a good conversation. Yeah, I know I'll be driving and shit, be listening. I be having a conversation, but don't nobody be talking back. But y'all already know how that shit go. Okay, so this is the Kansas UNLV game. This is the game that I watched. You can see 2-0. It's like week 3. So it was like I think it was that Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, before the NFL started or something like that. Now, Kansas ends up going up They was having a good game. You would have thought that. Only reason why I tuned into this game is from College Football 25. Everybody was using Kansas because of their running back. I wanted to see him in real time, in real life. Like, was he really like that? That's what. But by coming here because of him, and he did have a good game. I think he ran for like almost 200 yards. But Sluka was having a good game as well. He was lighting up the scoreboard with his arm. It was more like he should have been at Kansas State. He like the type of player that's supposed to go like the Kansas State, bro. A whole bunch of power quarterback runs, things like that. Daniels was having a good game, if I'm not mistaken. He ended up scoring with his legs. They was driving though. It's a play that I'm not gonna sit up here and say he can't play, but I'm not gonna sit up here and say that he's like a top quarterback in college football. It's not that. It's not that at all. Now he can use his feet. He was doing a lot with his feet, and he breaks a lot of tackles. You know what I'm saying? He plays hard. So when you watch him, it's more of a like I can cheer for him because you can see that. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his all out there. Now I think before the end of the half, they end up hitting a bomb to they wide receiver to tie the ball game up or something like that, or like something downfield. It's what? So they actually did their thing, and it's basically what he did. They come out, yeah. This nice little wheel wide that he threw. That was cool. This though, bruh, like in college football, this is cool, but this is not getting you to the next level, bruh. Like, you're gonna have to be able to throw from the pocket. You're gonna have to be able to throw outside the pocket. You're gonna be able to use your legs. Like, your mechanics. Like, we're seeing even the number 1 pick in the draft is struggling in the NFL, and Caleb Williams. So like, come on, bruh. Like, to that's what I'm saying. Like, to take a thousand to have a verbal commitment of $100,000. And you thinking it's NIL when NIL was based off outside companies for your name, image, and likeness. They did pass the bill for the NCAA. They lost the lawsuit that they will be paying college players and even previous college players all the way up to like the 2005 or 6 class. They're gonna give them their, you know what I'm saying, money that they owe them, and to play the new players that's in today's game. But that's not due until I think next year, if I'm not mistaken. I reported on it. I seen it and I read it. I remember reading it on ESPN. I got the app, bro. So it's a difference between the program paying you and NIL deal. We just need to get that clear. Like, there is a difference between NIL, name, image, and likeness, that's from brands, and then the actual school NCAA giving you game checks. That is totally different, bro.
This is Cap. As they never agreed to this deal, they did make a $3,000 payment to Sluka, and we're discussing.
But if you got to think about it, if they paid him $3,000, if you ain't make a deal at all, why even give him $3,000? You feel me? Like, if I didn't agree to nothing at all, why even give him $3,000?
A monthly payment of $3,000, so $3,000 a month before he decided to dip. So NCAA redshirt rules allow. You
see everybody's face right now. I like what Rashad McCann said, because I feel like this is definitely a teaching moment. I just thank God it ain't a black athlete this time. Like, it's always usually like the teaching moments always come from the black athletes, but at least it's like, not saying I wanted to happen to anybody else, but it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, now we get to learn from somebody else. But
a player to retain a year eligibility if they play 4 or fewer games in a season. So Sluka spent the previous 4 seasons at Holy Cross before transferring to UNLV. He'll now have a year of eligibility to go play somewhere else for 1 more season. Bomani, you are a special guest on this couch. Do you have any issue with the UNLV quarterback dipping on the team after 3 games?
No, the issue on this is nobody can tell what's going on with the money.
That's a fact. Now, my first thing when I heard it was, I thought that, you know what I'm saying, because coming from the old school ways, it was like you couldn't take money from nobody, not the college, not boosters, which we know that's, you know what I'm saying, they was, but not college. What you're supposed to do is not college, not boosters, no other brands or anything like that. The college, the program gave you everything you needed. They gave you food, they gave you shelter, they gave you, you know what I'm saying, practice facilities. Everything you needed was at the campus or where you was at. They changed all that and said, okay, the people you can take money from is brand deals and things like that of your name, image, and likeness. It had nothing to do with the college giving you money. That was first. That was last year. They just made the deal. They just had the lawsuit this year because I reported on it in like around July, like June, July, right before College Football 25 came out. They came out and said the NCAA lost that lawsuit to pay out $2 billion to previous college athletes and today's athletes. But that's not supposed to kick in until next year. NIL in my brain has always been like you can take, like that's just like I'm an influencer, I'm a YouTuber. If I average 100K per video that I upload, and somebody wants to do a brand deal with me, and I have to put it on my channel, you feel what I'm saying? They're using my name, image, and likeness. Of course, I have to, you know what I'm saying, like the product, or I have to, you know what I'm saying, it has to go with that. I would think that I would want it to go with what I like or the niche, or it have to make sense to me. You feel what I'm saying? So, but I wouldn't expect them. I wouldn't expect just anybody. Say if okay. How can I put this, bruh? What's a good example to use? It's kind of like because if you think about it, if you do your research, that's what it like. Name, image, and likeness has always been about outside money coming outside of college sports. If you look at Angel Reese, right, when she was in college, she even said it herself through interviews, like she was making more money than some of the athletes in the WNBA off brand deals. It wasn't LSU that was paying her. It was the brands that she was associated with that's NIL. So a college, a program coming to me saying, "Oh, I'm gonna give you this amount of dollars," you're lying. You gotta know that off the rip. Like, you're lying. That's like, they lost the lawsuit, but they haven't officially like that's up to him, his parents, and all that to know what's going on. You get shit sent to your phone. Like, if you in sports, I just cover this shit because I love sports. I played it when I was younger. I've been liking sports my whole life. Basketball, football, boxing. But like, and you know what I'm saying, you study the games that you love, and you study the shit and everything that go around it. So it's kind of like NIL deal been popping for the past 2 years. They just recently came out with them passing the law of older players and players getting paid. So, but that doesn't kick in until next year, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to do it. Is it through ticket sales, merch, whatever? All that shit is up to whatever the fuck is who it's up to. But my point that I'm making is, you can't come to me and say as a program, I'll give you this amount of dollars when I know you're lying. Because this is not NIL. NIL doesn't come directly from the school. But Rashad McCann said a great point. You know what I'm saying? This was like, that's the shit that stuck with me.
Where my motherfucking money at, man?
The purpose of the NIL initially was to create a union for the actual players.
That's not
So when we're talking about actually getting paid, we have a whole unionized system for it. They never set it up because they jumped for the money. That's what I was fighting for. The structure, how to pay us properly based on the commission, the deals, the NCAA.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's something totally different. That came in June, July of this year. The NIL has been around for like the past 2 years. NIL has always been outside brands. Like now you can legally take money from somebody else. It was never you can take money from the college from us. It was you can take money from somebody else. In June or July, I can't remember the exact date. They came out. I seen I reported on it and everything. That's how I know. They said that they just NCAA lost the lawsuit. They have to now start paying college athletes. They have to come out and pay back almost $2 billion, bruh. It's documented. That's what where the revenue, what part of the revenue they're gonna take from what to pay the players. Now that came into effect today. So but it hasn't been you know what I'm saying when it's gonna come to an effect.
You do, because now it's all fucked up because you got no structure. This is what happens when you let niggas do business the nigga way. Everyone gets taken advantage of. Everyone doesn't know what's going on. Everybody loses.
It's a very small number of athletes.
Leave whenever you want. What they pay?
Yeah, but it's fucking with all the other athletes.
But see, that's the problem.
That's on them. They better pay.
But that's what you know that's what made them push forward and push the envelope to get a salary for college athletes. Because when NIL came out, it was based off name, image, and likeness, correct? So you had some players that was getting NIL deals. I stayed listening to the sports radio and all that. Around the draft time, I was listening to a player who was going into the draft. I think he was like a safety from Washington. Not yet from Washington. Who they are? The Huskies or Washington State, matter of fact. And he was saying like, I didn't get no NIL money. I didn't have no brand deals. I was a regular college athlete like everybody else that came before me. He had meals, you know what I'm saying? He had the regular college lifestyle of a college athlete. He probably was on scholarship and all that, but like he didn't have the NIL deal that somebody else that had a higher profile or a name, you know what I'm saying, that they had. That's what made them push the envelope to get an actual, you know what I'm saying, because maybe for them to get game checks, or how are they going to do it?
NIL was created for you to make money on your likeness.
Yes.
And now everyone is listening to the team.
Because they put the power in the team's position because there was
No.
no union in place.
You think Bronny James is getting money paid from USC?
Through the NIL, through the system.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't. That has nothing to do with NCAA. Nothing to do with your college. Nothing. You think all them girls that was at LSU, maybe besides Flage, all them other girls was making the same type of money that like that Angel Reese was making? No, that was her name, her likeness, all that type shit. But I think that them seeing one player get all this money made them push the envelope to have them other players get a game check or however they going to do it. Now the money and all that, I don't know about. Heard people on the radio say all type of shit how they going to do it.
To the players for it to be legit. For it to be legit. A legit deal without. That's what I'm saying. So the reason why he took that $100,000 deal and didn't get paid because he didn't want to cut commission.
Because then it would just turn into.
No, it's not about commission. It's not about cutting commission. The reason why he got swindled by not knowing what the fuck going on. I don't even play college football or basketball, but I know what the fuck going on. Like, if you pay attention and all this type shit, like, a lot of this shit happens in the off season. A lot of this shit happens in the off season, bro. Like, I guarantee you, bro, it was like in June or July when they passed, when I seen that shit on the lawsuit, I reported on it. College football players will be getting paid. NCAA owe up almost $2 billion. But I don't think it will go into effect until, I think, the next year. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, him getting that, if he would, like, him getting that 100,000 would have been totally wrong. Would have been totally wrong for the simple fact that everybody should get paid from the school. Now, your extra shit coming from NIL, that's your own whatever you got going on. But what you get paid from the school should be tallied down however they gonna do it.
NCAA all over.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We were supposed to set up a structure with the NIL,
no
so
way.
we don't deal with that. There is. I outlined the whole.
But it's like you said,
got all the solutions.
It's compromising when you have to deal with the school. Like, my name and likeness, that's me. Like,
It is.
I mean, Lonzo Ball, the Ball family.
No, Gil is on point. Gil is on point. And I think that they're thinking that NIL is kind of like coming from the school and all that. Like, NIL was never supposed to be that. NIL was always brands outside of your school. Because, like I said, the thing was, back in the day, what was getting players jammed up, that was these superstars in college sports was boosters or people outside of the program giving them money.
Yay gets $5 million. Never seen $5 million before. What do you expect him to do with that money in 3 years?
This was real good,
any
though.
Kind of structure, any kind of
this shit hit home.
Any kind of advice?
All gone.
All gone, right?
All gone.
All gone, right? All right, so that's a cycle that was started. It's a farm system. Uninformed young Americans that can't cipher financial responsibilities. You go and you say, well, if we can touch them at the NBA level when they're rookies and they don't know what to do with that money, they're gonna give it right back to us. Why don't we just get them a little bit younger? Why don't we go into the university, we open up the floodgates, we allow deals to come through, we allow agents in.
I believe you don't need an agent. Because I think you need a lawyer, but not an agent, for the simple fact that I think agents are for athletes, pro athletes that have to deal with their organization that they're dealing with. A big thing about, in Lamar case 2 years ago, Lamar Jackson, quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, to the NFL and to owners and to people that negotiate on the organization side. I can't speak for NBA, but I know the NFL a little bit better than I know the NBA. I kind of watch the NBA. I know the players. I know a little bit of the history, but I don't really know the business in and out like I do the NFL. I know that in the NFL, organizations are used to talking to a player's agent. It's like he's the bridge between, you know what I'm saying, so that you don't, because you want to get paid from your organization, but there's going to be negotiations and things and tactics that they use to try to negotiate that they should pay you less money, so that you want that to go to the agent and not the player, so you know what I'm saying, feelings don't get hurt and all that, yada yada yada, right? Now, that's what you need the agent for. Like, he's the bridge between, you know what I'm saying, and then your lawyer goes over the paperwork and all that, this, that, and the third, and boom. In Lamar case, his mom was his agent. So he was going in there with his mom when they was doing the negotiations, and the NFL didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? And the NFL are used to doing things a certain way, and it looks disrespectful to a certain extent. He was breaking the mold. Cause it's like I don't need no agent. Why? Cause you know you gotta pay the agent as well. So it's kind of like I'm getting this out the way. My mom knows what she's doing, cause she's financially literate. I want to use my source, and then, but like to the NFL and to the organization, and you doing business is kind of disrespectful because they not used to doing these type of deals with your mom. They used to doing it with this agent that got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other players. You feel what I'm saying? But in college, I feel like this is how I feel about college players. You don't need an agent to get from that money you're getting from your school, that game check. Let that be, not let it be what it's going to be, but like what y'all decide on as a collective and how they going to distribute the money. Cool, that's your game check. Now your NIL deal, that's what you need your lawyer for. So you know what I'm saying, when you go through these contracts and stuff like that, and there's gonna be some verbiage and some wordage in there that you don't understand, and you want to negotiate and this, that, and the third. That's where your lawyer come into play. If you want an agent because you want to go seek, you know what I'm saying, brands and stuff like that you might want to work with, cool. But if you that nigga, 9 times out of 10, them brands are coming they're coming to look for you. If your name is out there like it's supposed to be, if you that, you know what I'm saying, them brands is coming to come holler at you. So what you need the agent for? You feel me? Like, you don't need the agent, you need the lawyer. Because if now everybody's not going to be the same. That's just what I was thinking in my mind when I was driving, when I was going through, like when he was saying that, like, you don't need the agent, but you definitely need the lawyer though. You want the lawyer because you want your deal to be, your contract to be right. You want your contract to be something that you know that you can fulfill.
But we don't allow the lawyers in to look over the deals. We don't allow the parents in to get understanding of what the deals are coming to do and how you to set up foundations and all of this other financial structure. None of this shit is set up. So it's just a farm system of exploitation. I got young people who want to be like the older guys who are still getting exploited. Mm-hmm. I got exploited, KG, Tim Duncan, certain... You get to take advantage of it, you take your eye off the ball. But you look at these college guys, you're like, well, at what point are their parents being taught how to protect them? Where is their protection for themselves? Who's teaching them in what class to say, hey, when you get this new NIL deal, you need to put money here, put money there? No, it's go buy everything you can, Shedeur Sanders.
See, it was good. That was good. And you can't blame Shedeur. This is what I'll say to that. Shedeur, Shiloh, and them, they come from wealth. Their father is Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders did good in his career. He did good for himself in life. They're coming from. They had a start in which, I'm talking about in life, not in football, in life, in which a lot of other people don't have. But that's not, you don't look at it. If you look at it, it's how you look at it. If I'm a player and I see that, I'm not trying to be Shedeur. I'm trying to be Deion. I gotta do what I gotta do right now, so when I get Deion age, I could put my sons in position like Deion did. So I'm not fooled by he just being him. He a young nigga, he got bread, he just being him. And it's probably more secure than you know because his father is Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders then probably went through so many brands. Look how he got the almonds, the peach, whatever the fuck. What's the fucking commercial with the goose or the duck and shit? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, so I guarantee you, if Deion doing brand deals and this, that, and the third, I know his son's brand deals and all that shit is more than taken care of. And because his son play on the team, he gonna make sure anybody else that's on the team that have a brand deal, I guarantee you he gonna make sure that that deal is cool, is good for them. And they not getting, you know what I'm saying, backdoored. It ain't no money escaping at their pockets, and they can fulfill the, you know what I'm saying, the contract that they signed. That's the thing about it's Coach Prime offers so much more than just football. It's the things that go with football, the contracts, the brand deals. I would definitely, if I was a college player, college football player, go to Colorado, because there is NFL players that was successful that's coaching there, that's like, okay, I can learn more from them than I could. Maybe, I mean, I'm not saying like if you got college offers that's on the same tier as Colorado, I'm talking about like competing wise. I'm not talking about Alabama, Georgia, the teams that's been in the high shit for the longest. I'm talking about if they've been competing, if they're on the same level as Colorado, why wouldn't you go there? When you know that there's NFL caliber people that you can get so much information from. You feel me? Like so much.
Let's go be like them. But everybody don't get the same bag, right? Everybody don't get the same deal.
Yeah.
But everybody gets the same outcome. Okay. You broke.
That's really good though. Because that's really good. My thing I would say is, look. And I would be, even if I was a youngin', I would think this way. I wouldn't look at Shador and what he has and be like, I'm trying to be like him. I would look at Dion and say, I want to be like him. I don't even have no kids right now. If God decide to bless me with a kid, my job is to make sure my kid doesn't grow up like I did. He should have, or she should have, access to things I never had before. Even if they're in the same field as me or they choose to pick another career path, I should be a resource and an outlet to boost them up, to give them a better start in life than I ever had. And that's what Dion did. That's what, even if you want to take it to basketball, Jalen Brunson and his father being on, like, he's on the coaching staff. Jalen Brunson's, you know what I'm saying, balling in the NBA. Like, that's what you want. So that's why I said, don't look at Shador. He doing what he's supposed to do. He a youngin', making bread. He balling out in college football. He having fun as a college athlete. But you got to also remember, he come from that. He was born into that. He has a lot more knowledge behind what he doing than the average person coming from around the way that just so happened to make it out. You feel me? This was a great teaching moment just for college athletes. If you an influencer, if you somebody that's out here doing deals and you an entrepreneur, I just feel like, man, make sure the business is right, bro. You gotta make sure the business is right. If you don't know, man, learn that shit, bro. Like, learn from other people's mistakes. You know what I'm saying? If you got questions, ask somebody, bro. Like, I know how it is nowadays and shit. Everybody don't like to share shit, and everybody don't like to, you know what I'm saying? Find you somebody that don't mind sharing information with you that you need. If you feel like you starting to catch traction and shit, like, and deals being thrown at you and it's too much, it's just like, go find somebody that's been dealing with this shit and that's good at it before you just go and sign some shit. You feel me? Or somebody, like, I wouldn't even, that's why I'm like, the verbal, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do shit. Like, niggas, like, you know that shit from around the way. Like, nigga could tell you anything and do something totally different. I don't even know what, like, motherfuckers lie to your face every fucking day. Friends, family members, motherfuckers you don't know. Like, I'm not taking your word for nothing. What? I'm not taking your word for it. Show me. You gotta show me. I'm not taking your word for shit. A motherfucker do some grimy ass shit in your face behind. It don't matter, bro. It really don't matter, bruh. That's just. I'm just. You know what I'm saying? If you take it, you take it. I just feel like there's some good ass information, bro. Real shit.